Okay, so as most of you know by now, we've recently launched our brand new website, cillmhín.com. Hopefully to make everything easier for both ourselves and for the parents as well. I just want to give you a bit of a demonstration on how to register for the upcoming term. But first, let me just go through the other features. This is our home page here, and we've got a contact section which will send an email to us if you've got questions. We've got information on the tutors, and also we've got information on the Morris O'Keeffe Festival. Before I get to registration, probably the most important page that you'll have here is info. So I'll just click on that a moment, and there's a world of information here. Anything you would possibly want to know, I hope has been answered here in our frequently asked questions section. There's everything there from standardization to the table of tuition and registration fees, and the failure and Nablina on Sunfresh and the yearly calendar. I've tried to answer all of them here. I suppose what was happening in recent times was that I was getting phone calls from maybe 10 different parents every day, and those 10 parents were asking the same 20 questions, and I suppose it was kind of taking up a lot of my time. So I've tried to answer those same recurring questions here, so that I can kind of put my time into the registration process and other parts of developing the branch. So I'll go to the big one now, that is the registration. So from now on you can do all of the registration as well as the fees at home. Okay, so you just click onto cillmhín.com and you can do everything from the comfort of your own home, really. So there's two parts of this. There's the registration, and then there's also the fees. Okay, and the registration form is completed firstly, and then you complete the fees section. Now this video was taken at the start of 2017, so the early registration is closing on September the 10th. And again, if you've more questions before you register, you can check out the frequently asked questions, and if it's still not answered, you can go to the contact section here. So this is the first part. This is the registration form, and like we have here in the blue highlighted text here, don't forget to click next at the end of each page, and then you click submit at the end. Okay, so this is your registration form here, and just I'll scroll down to the bottom of it here until you can see you see this next button here. You need to click that at the end of each page, and as you can see here, there are 6 pages. Once you get to the end of the 6th page, there'll be a button pressing submit. So you have to submit it. If you don't submit it, we don't receive the registration form. So just make sure to submit it at the end. Now I'm just going to fill out the registration form, kind of just a mock registration, just so you can see what's going on. So the contact first name, I'm going to put that in myself for the moment, and surname is Collins. Contact number, then, and then I'll put in the Cillmhín email. Okay, so the next section then is asking you what exactly are you registering for, and this helps us then with our email and text lists. So imagine for this time I'm going to do music and dancing, music, singing and dancing. Okay, where's my address? I am from Kishgame. So all of these are in Irish, but I'll just go through them quickly in case you're not entirely sure. So this is Kishgame, this is Ballydesmond, this is Knocknagree, this is Boherbue, this is Cullen, Newmarket, Mill Street, Guineaguilla. Now if you're coming from somewhere other than that, you can just click here and type in, imagine you're coming from Drumtariff. Okay, but I'll leave that for now, and I'm going to stay loyal and say I'm with Kishgame. So I click on to next. So this is my own information. Okay, now I might have to scroll up to the top again, but the next page is about student number 1. Okay, so imagine I have a child all of a sudden, and her name is Saoirse. Okay, so then I'll enter her date of birth, so I'll just enter my own date of birth maybe. And then here is where you click the classes, okay? So this is where you choose the classes, and you can click multiple boxes here. So imagine you want to do the whistle and the button accordion. You can click both classes there, okay? Then as regards the group Cill, this involves group playing, mixed instruments, performance building. And this year we're hoping to start that in week 3 of the term. So the first 2 weeks would be just your instrument class, in which you will be doing tunes that will then be practiced in the group Cill class. So in the group Cill class, then you'll have a mix of instruments. So you'll have all the flutes and the banjos and the concertinas all mixed in together. And it's a great one then to practice, because if there's ever a concert or a mass or anything that needs to be played for, all the tunes are there and ready to go. And it's really good to kind of make friends and things like that as well. So I'll just click group Cill. This year we're doing it a small bit different in terms of the fees. So you just pay €2 when you go in. So that way you're not tied down to going every week. And it's hopefully easier on both sides as well. Also, we have the set dancing option here, which is on the Friday evenings, and we've got the list of instruments, and I'm just going to put myself down for traditional singing as well. If you're here and you're just registration, if you're not going to the classes, you just want to get your Comhaltas registration, this is the box you tick at the end. Okay. Would you like any of these music classes to be one-to-one? If so, which ones? One-to-one classes are priced at $180 per term. So if you feel that you'd benefit more from having your 30 minutes one-on-one with the teacher, this is where you need to let us know of that. Is this student registered with a Comhaltas branch for this year? So anyone who's coming to our classes has to be a registered member of Comhaltas. Now, if they're a member of Cill Mhín or not, doesn't really matter. They can be a member of another branch, but they still have to be a member of a Comhaltas branch. Okay, so here you answer this question. So I'll say no, but she was registered with Cill Mhín last year, we'll say. Okay, but imagine they're registered with Crave Cronan in Fremont, but they're coming to the classes in Cill Mhín. This is the box you would select. Okay, and then to use consent to photographs being taken of this student and published as part of the promotion of the branch, both online and offline, we'll click yes to that. So again, now you click next at the end of the page. Oh, sorry. Next at the end of the page. Okay, so you might have to scroll up to the top now again, okay? But then this is student 2. So if you have got another student, imagine you've got 3 children that want to learn music with us, you fill out the page for each individual child. If you've just got the one, you just simply scroll down to the bottom and click next. Okay, and we've allowed for 4 students. So if you've just got the one, you can keep clicking next until you get as far as the last page, page 6. And then what's involved with page 6? Well, there's just one more question on page 6. Any other notes or requests? One thing we get a lot of is requesting times. So what we're asking you to do is to request times that do not suit. So imagine you've got taekwondo on in Ballydesmond from 11 until 12 on a Saturday morning. Well, put that in here, say unavailable 11 until 12 or something like that, and we can work around. It's much harder if you request a class at 10 o'clock. That really restricts us, and we may not be able to cater these requests. So just be conscious of that. It might result in us not being able to cater for you and you not being able to get a class. So then this is the part that I said at the start again. Submit. Very important that you press that, otherwise your registration won't come through. So submit. Okay, and you might have to scroll up a bit again. So it says thank you for registering with us, and you return to the registration page. If you've got this on an external page, you can return to this page here, and the timetable and other relevant information will be emailed to you as soon as we've constructed it. So a lot of people ask us what time is the intermediate whistle class on. We don't actually know. The way we work our branch is we wait for all the registrations to come in, and then we try and construct the timetable around the teachers we have, the rooms we have, trying to put families on the same time, and all these other bits. So That's how we work it with our branch. Then what you do after all of this then is you scroll down to the very, very bottom of the page, and you'll see click here for fees section. So this is part 2. So you've just finished part 1, that's the registration. Fees section then is part 2. So this brings you to another page called fees. Okay, so again now your annual Comhaltas membership. So unless you're registered with another branch, you must be registered with us. It's our main thing is insurance. So the child won't be insured within the classes unless he or she has the Comhaltas membership. So imagine I'm only registering one girl, so one junior membership is okay. But imagine if you had four students attending, it might be better to get a family membership, which is €20, or if you want to register yourself and 3 children or anything like that, that might be better. If you're a member of another branch, you just click this box then. Okay, how many one-to-one classes are you signing up for? So that's the total. Then you put in music and singing. So how many music or singing classes? The reason we've got music and singing and set dancing in 2 different sections is that they work on 2 different scales. So music or singing, I've signed up to, I think I signed up to 3. I signed up to whistle, accordion, and something else. So let's just say 3. And then I also remember signing up to a set dancing class. So then it's going to give you your grand total here, and then we say add to cart. Now what this will do is will bring you to our fee payment page. So I'll put in my name again. It's important that you're putting in the same name again, so that basically we receive our registrations and our fees separately. So if the same name isn't with the registration and the fees, it can be kind of difficult for us sometimes to realize, okay, this fees is this name and this registration is this name. You need to have the same name. So I'll put in the same phone number as well and the same email address. Okay, and then you're reminded here of what you're buying exactly. Okay, so then our hosting site for fees is called PayPal. Some of you might be familiar with it already, some of you might be new, so let's just go through this. So we're going to say proceed to PayPal. Okay, so this will bring us onto this page, and there's essentially 3 ways of doing this. So if you have a PayPal account, you simply have to log in with your details. So this is my email. You pop in your password and then you press login, and you'll get a confirmation there to say yes, pay Cill Mhín Comhaltas this amount. Okay, that's the first way. The second way is that you can create an account. Okay, and what I'll do is I won't go through that process, but I'll leave a link from a YouTube video that also explains how to create a PayPal account. The third way then is to just pay with a bank account or credit card. Okay, so let's just click on this one for now. They call this being a PayPal guest. So you're using the PayPal service, but you're not actually a member or anything like that. You don't have a PayPal account. So you put in your information, you put in your credit card details, and it does the work for you. It's a handy one if you kind of just want a quick and easy route the first way. But if you want to be returning to Cill Mhín, or if you want to use PayPal in the future, it might be just as easy to create an account. Because if you create an account, you put in your card details once, and then from then on, all you have to do is click yes, confirm. Whereas if you do a PayPal guest account, you have to put in your details every individual time. So it'll come up like this either way, whether you're a PayPal member or you're registering for the first time, or whether you just want to work as a PayPal guest. You'll have, depending on which route you're going, some information has to be filled out, and then you just click pay now, and that should be the end of the process. Of course, if you come back to the website again, we've got a contact page, so that if you are having trouble, send us an email and we can try and help you as best you can through the process. Or alternatively, you could look at this video again. Hopefully I've kind of guided you through how to complete the registration as best as possible, and in the long run it'll be easier for everyone, and you can do registration at home, and you're not, me or you are not going up to Kishgame School on a cold Saturday morning or anything like that. So thanks very much, and hope it was helpful.